episode of the Gamers Podcast. This is episode 12. It's just me and Stephen.
What's going on, everybody?
We would have done a show last week and the week before, but the first week I was away in Scotland. I had a wedding one night and then I had a 21st birthday to go to the next. So it was very drunken and hungover weekend for me. And it came to Friday. I was still dealing with a cold, but I could sort of like talk. But then Stephen got ill on Friday, or was it Thursday night you got ill?
It was Friday morning.
And we were going to do the show, but Stephen just couldn't do it. Like, he just kept on like coughing and sneezing.
Yeah, I had a high fever. I couldn't get out of bed. I didn't.
But yeah, we didn't want to. We wanted to do last week, but we just couldn't. So we'll just do this week and get back on track. So we may as well start off this with the best news possible, that GTA 5 has a release date for the next gen consoles.
About goddamn time.
November the 18th it comes out. And it comes out on PC January the 17th, 2015. And it's going to add new weapons, denser traffic, enhanced damage, and weather effects, additional wildlife, 100 new songs and DJ mixes.
Oh, thank Christ for getting new songs.
And a new foliage system. Also, new activities will be introduced, including shooting ranges, or shooting range challenges, wildlife photography, while rare versions of classic vehicles from the series will make an appearance, including the Dukes.
Wait, that's getting put in?
Yeah.
Somebody give me the Hallelujah music.
And the Doo-Doo seaplane and a faster blimp.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Going to work.
Yes, they have.
Excited about the Dukes, then?
Yes, I am.
That's like an American classic car, isn't it?
Yes, if you are a Dukes of Hazzard fan, you know where I'm coming from.
I'm not a Dukes of Hazzard fan.
You need to watch that show, goddammit.
How old is that show, though?
That show was in the 1979 it first aired,
yeah.
And then it's gone from there. I think it ended in like 1984, something like that.
Yeah. By the looks of it, I think it was Googled imaged it. By the looks of it, it does look like a classic American.
It's pretty much going to be based off of a 1969 Dodge Charger, as what the Dukes of Hazzard car had. Oh, please let me put the decals. Please let me put the decals. Rockstar, if you're listening to this, get a hold of Warner Brothers, and I know you're good friends with them. Get the copyrights for the 01 and the Confederate flag. Damn it! I want me a General Lee. You already listened to me once. Listen to me again.
But I mean, there's a lot of car games coming out this year as well.
True.
There's a ton of cars games coming out. I don't know if that's just because everyone loves like car games, and like on the PS1 and the original Xbox One, there was a lot of car games out in that time. PS2, there was still some. PS3, there weren't really that many car games.
Yeah, not that many. I mean, you have your yearly like NASCAR game, but they're a freaking joke. You technics.
I mean, you got Gran Turismo 7 coming out next year, PS4. The PS4 are just killing it right now. And they have a GTA 5 exclusive to be announced as well yet. Be interested to see what that is, what sort of content they get.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I like about Rockstar as well is that they don't charge for the DLC.
Yeah, it's one thing Rockstar, I think, has gotten the message. They got enough money off their game, and they're not gonna...
Yeah, they got, what have they sold, like 34 million copies of the game? So I'm gonna give you that.
Something like that. I mean, they made over $1 billion in 3-something days and broke a friggin' record.
Yeah. I mean, it says here that GTA 5 for PS4 and Xbox One and PC to get Zombies and Heist DLC.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I mean,
Okay, so...
if zombies were going to come along in GTA, they come along in the next-gen version.
according to article on the 13th of May, GTA 5 has nearly sold 2 billion.
Oh, shit.
But I guess now they've already they've sold 2 billion. Probably.
Yeah, most likely.
But I think Destiny just smashed the record.
Did they? I wouldn't doubt that, because a lot of games have been beating records lately.
Yeah, let me just have a look. Destiny celebrated a record-breaking 500 million.
Damn.
And this was on launch. The new
Shit.
video game Destiny has already smashed analysis expectations for first week sales with a 500 million launch. $500 million.
Shit.
He now expects sales to reach as high as 18 million units.
Shit. Damn, I can expect that.
He also expected, at the start of the year, the CEO guy said he expects 10 million units this year, but he now expects 18. But, I mean, Destiny was always going to hit big.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been playing Destiny for a bit, and, I really do enjoy Destiny. Yeah. And I don't think I would, because I didn't play Halo, I didn't play, it's being compared to another game, I have never played an RPG game, but with Destiny, it's totally different. You have to do 4 or 5 missions to unlock the online.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean, kind of okay.
But the reason that is for is because if you went online at level 1, you would just get murked online. Due to everyone having better guns than you. But if you play the single player is actually really fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
You do get rewarded for playing the single player. But the unfortunate thing is that it's only been out for 3 days, and there's already hacks on there.
That's a shame. It's like Call of Duty.
On the PS3 and the Xbox 360 version, there's already hacks out there for the game. Which is kind of bad, but it was kind of expected, to be honest.
Still better than Call of Duty, though.
Yeah, I mean, you should get Destiny. You should honestly try Destiny.
I might try it. I'll see what happens.
I mean, you've got, 2 months to burn off until the next card, and...
Which I'm already not getting.
Well, yeah, but you will get it. Everyone says they won't get it, but they will get it. It's Call of Duty. Everyone buys Call of Duty.
I'm a man of my word, man. I'm a man of my word.
No, everyone buys Call of Duty.
I reckon I will not buy the Call of Duty this year.
Wow. That's shocking.
Not to me, it's not at all like yours.
Not even if people say it's good.
No. If it's no, I'm not buying Call of Duty. I have more games that I would rather enjoy playing, like NBA 2K15 or Madden 15 or GTA when it eventually comes out.
And Minecraft. Because we just got Minecraft on the PS4, but we can't really do anything in Minecraft yet. Like, you can create new worlds, but I want to play my old world.
Yeah, that's one thing that I forgot to bring up. It seems like this is happening only on the PlayStation 4 or on PlayStation, because it seems as when you're on the PlayStation 3, you have no option to upload your save world to their cloud servers.
No, you really don't, unfortunately. I don't know what it is or why, but I mean, there's just no option to do it.
Yeah, but they'll fix.
I mean, they said there was going to be an update out to sort of like fix it.
Yeah, that'll come out eventually.
It really hasn't come out. I don't know if it's just like bug. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I really want to play some Minecraft, but I don't want to get into a new world and get all rigged up to it and like be all excited for it and become like I want the world that I had on PS3. I don't want to develop a new world and then ditch that world when it's available.
Yeah, I made a new world just because I felt like making a new one. But when we're
I made one with a friend, but like I just don't like the world that I have on PS3. I really enjoy playing.
Yeah, I kind of need it.
Yeah.
It's probably like my best server I have on there.
And speaking of Minecraft, it's actually, you're gonna hate this. You're probably gonna stop playing Minecraft now.
So
I mentioned this. Microsoft is nearing a deal to buy Minecraft.
I heard about that.
For $2 billion.
And I'm gonna be pissed if they do.
But the good thing is that Microsoft has said that if they buy Mojang, they won't stop the game being cross-platform.
Well, at least Microsoft's doing something right.
Now, I think if the Xbox One was ahead of sales, say they had this, because the PS4 has just outsold the Xbox One again for August. So for the 8 consecutive months this year, the PS4 has sold more than the Xbox One. So
they're tearing that shit up.
If that was the Xbox One, and the Xbox One had passed 10 million sales and the PS4 was on 5 mil, I think Microsoft would have had their head in their ass and be like, yeah, we're gonna fuck over PlayStation even more because we love it. We did it with the PS3. We're gonna do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that, Sony? You want some money in your pocket? Well, hear about this. I just think it's, right now, the Xbox One is so bad that they have to. They are accepting shit things off EA. That's it. Like that's the barrier. Like this EA access. Like no.
Yeah.
Why would you even bother to pay that? The only good thing about that is that you get to play the full game free for 6 hours extra. Like. But 6 hours is nothing really in gaming time. Like, when you put a game in, you can be on there for 10 hours and you only think it's 2 in your head. Have you seen the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus?
Yes, I have, and I'm not impressed.
No, I'm not either. I think the iPhone 6 Plus is way too big. Now, I've always wanted a bigger iPhone, but I haven't wanted one that big.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
And I don't really think there's really any key feature to the iPhone 6 or iPhone 6 Plus.
Not that I know of.
you have that cash thing where you can pay for things by your phone rather than having to pay like on a credit card or giving cash. There's a thing, there's like a chip inside where you're obviously going to set your bank card up in.
Mm-hmm.
And you can walk past the store, and when they say this is $20 or whatever, you can just put your phone on.
Yeah, and it does it. Yeah.
But I kind of like the idea, but I can see that getting hacked, especially with the way the iPhone is. You know, if
Mm-hmm.
you jailbreak that, I'd imagine maybe there'd be some dodgy apps out there that would track your credit card info on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Just alone, let it be alone. You know, apps can trigger details out. There have been apps in the past that have triggered credit card info and personal information out and phone numbers out. Because once the app's installed on the phone, it has the ability to run unknown data on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, with the iPhone 6, I mean, I think they've really gone downhill since Steve Jobs died.
Oh, of course, everybody will agree with that.
And I really, I was watching an IGN podcast called The Game of the Druggy Show, and they've talked about Apple and Steve Jobs, and they were talking about like how smart Steve Jobs was, and how much he brought to the company, and like they then went into detail like what has really changed in Apple since like Steve Jobs died. Like they made Siri, but maybe Steve Jobs already thought of that.
Yeah, because Siri was introduced from the iPhone 4S right before he died.
And you know, they haven't really they introduced the finger sensor scanner thing, but like that's not like a key feature for me. That's like a cool added bonus. It's cool for 5 minutes, and then I get bored of it. Like, oh look what my iPhone does. Oh, 5 minutes later, I'm bored of that. I'm really shocked they didn't improve the camera as well.
Mm-hmm.
The camera is, I think it's 8 megapixel, and yet you have phones out there that are like 16 or 32, or you have that Nokia which is like a 38 megapixel. But I mean they added in little features, but I don't think it's worth the price. But they also announced the iWatch as well.
Mm-hmm.
You excited about that? Or?
The iWatch is something that I think could go somewhere, but I don't think not in the first gen. No.
Well, here's the thing. I've been reading a little bit on this because my dad's considering getting one, and I'm like, well, I mean, let's be honest. The thought of being able to like text message from your watch is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I've read today, or yesterday, because it's like early morning over here
Mm-hmm.
when we're recording this stuff. I read yesterday that you're going to have to charge the watch every day.
Which most people do with their phones, but
Well, yeah, but like it's not like a common thing to charge a watch.
yeah, most people don't charge watches.
Apparently, they did consider like a solar panel watch thing that charged off
Solar
heat,
panel.
but it didn't go down very well. But I mean, people that will drive a lot of customers away due to the fact that people just don't have the time to whack a watch on charge.
Yeah.
And especially with how Apple products run, they have poor battery.
Mm-hmm. Anymore, yeah.
And you can imagine with the way the product works with it being on your arm, I wonder if you get burned, because I've had iPhones in the past where it said it's like the iPhone is too hot right now, and stuff like that. Like you get those errors that give you.
You don't get those errors too often, but if you do, that's not a good thing.
Oh yeah, I mean that was on my old iPhone.
What iPhone did you have?
That was the 4.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've now got the 4S, but I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe
I've never
maybe
seen
get
that.
a new
Whoops.
iPhone.
I've never seen that before, but
Mm, but it's really weird. I think it's just like a glitch.
yeah,
Your motherboard's supposed to, or your battery is.
yeah, possibly.
But I mean, the iWatch, it has good reason to take off, but then you have game companies like EA that have said they want to try and develop games for the iWatch. Like, the watch is very small. Your fingers will fill the screen, so the point of having games on there, I mean, I can guarantee that the first game to come to the iWatch will either be Flappy Bird or fucking Angry Bird. Is it Angry Bird?
Angry Birds, yeah.
Yeah, like that. Like those. Those are the types of games that are only fittable for the display
Mhm.
of the iWatch. But I think it's a good idea, just due to the fact that it could literally take off. It really does have. Um, it is an area like technology will advance into full watches and whatnot. But I mean, it's kind of a bit of a pointless technology. Like over, oh god, since watches have been formed, no one has ever thought, let's have a technology watch. You know, let's
Yeah.
make a watch where we can do a shit ton of stuff. I mean, the world got excited when you could have an MP3 player as a watch. Like, you could just have that as part of just your watch. That was a Sony thing, I believe.
Mhm.
But I'm surprised they didn't announce a new iPad either.
I know that was something I thought was going to happen, but
Because I've got an iPad Mini right now. But, you know, maybe if they'd announced a new iPad Mini, maybe I'd have got that.
I mean, I've always thought about getting an iPad, but I mean, now that I have a Mac, kind of like, yeah, don't really need it,
Yeah.
but wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, my dad was saying to me yesterday that Apple are releasing a new software for the Mac. Okay.
Yeah, new Yosemite. I forget when it's coming out though.
Yosemite or something like that.
Yeah, Yosemite. That's what it's called.
And he was saying that apparently Apple want to make the Mac a bit more like the iPad. Like the way the iPad works is how they want the Mac to work now.
Uh, well, I can't really say yes or no to that because I'm not 100% sure, but knowing Apple.
I mean, we had a conversation that I was on about Windows, my computer to him, and we were on about Windows, and then we got on to Windows 8 and how shit it is and whatnot. And he was saying the reason, because my dad's really good at computers and he does like a lot of like software work, he was saying the reason Windows 8.1 was the key is like as to how it is due to the fact that Microsoft wanted to, you know, keep the PC user safe. They wanted them to stop messing around, because like when you get a PC or when you get like a laptop or Mac or whatever, the first thing you do when you sort of like, as soon as you get a brand new one, the first thing you do is you install the programs that you want on there. Then further down the line you decide to uninstall a few programs. Then you sort of, you know, play games or you know, you get whatever, you'll go on whatever site, you do your thing, and then the computer sort of gets stuck in a loop because it's doing X amount of stuff, but you're also removing X amount of stuff, and it's like all confused, etc. kind of stuff. And you want to customize your own computer, like you'll have some options on that you want that benefit you. Some other people will have other options on that benefit them, and you'll quickly like one of the first things I changed from my PC was the power balance. Like as soon as I saw that, like it was on like dead low, but like extremely high. Like I want my PC running at the best it can whenever possible. Uh, and then I put sleep on like 30 minutes after no use. Just because,
Don't want to.
You start messing around with the options and everything like that, and it causes the computer or Mac or whatever to get a bit confused, and they wanted to stop that. They wanted to make it secure. They made it like a tablet because you can't mess around with tablets. Tablets are simple. It benefits everyone else. Like, how many people pick up a tablet and they love it? The majority of them love the tablet when they pick it up. And that's how they wanted Windows 8 to be. Now, I never thought of Windows 8 like that. And I never thought of like other software like that. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting back into some gaming news, our game that we both want, Dying Light, has been put forward a month ahead.
Yeah, you don't hear that too often in today's society.
Well, that's worrying because now if the game's crap, you wonder what that extra month could have been done with the game.
True. I do agree with that, yes.
So, I mean, it's going to arrive in January now. So that's great because, almost January now. And we really want this game. Dying Light is awesome. It had a new trailer and it just looks insane. But now if it has a poor release, and let's say a few errors get found, because there will be errors in that game because of how world mapping the game is. There are going to be a certain few things that don't work. There's no way that game will work 100%. I don't think there's ever been a game launched that has worked 100% on day one. Because I certainly can't think of any. There's always been one glitch or...
Yeah, one major shit.
Or hacks and exploits leaks. Like there isn't one game that has survived day one being perfect. So, I mean, you look at Destiny. Destiny may have been that game, but now there's already hacks out there. So we've already found on day one. So, also, we got to talk about this. Celebrity news. Like,
oh yeah, that.
this was a big topic.
Yeah.
Like last week, and we missed like the hot sauce of it last week. But like, my God, it's been a field day.
Yeah, it was a field day.
Like,
yes, it was.
It was insane. And like everyone, in my eye, like everyone is slating the celebrities who have been leaked out, saying, "Oh, you're a role model. Oh, you can't take naked photos." But my view is, when I first saw this, my view was, right, okay, type every single one of their names into Google and search leaked images and see the photos. Right, you've got to look at this. This is going to be hard, okay? You have to look at these, okay?
Okay.
So you look at the photos, then after you first thought it's like, why is everyone having a go at them? Like, all the guys, every guy's mind must have been, thank you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you are real. You do exist.
Yeah.
Like the guy who released that, and the thing is that many celebrities denied that they were. That
was them.
But here's the thing: if you're a hacker and you don't want any money, you don't want any credit, and you're hacking iCloud stuff, right? You're not going to go to all that effort of hacking getting their passwords, getting the data, getting the photos, and then releasing fake nudes that will just get like abandoned in like
Within a
5
day.
seconds.
Yeah, within 5 seconds.
If the guy who has hacked them, they are clearly legit photos in every single instance. You know, it doesn't matter what the celebrities say. The reason they are saying that is because they have so many fans that will be disappointed that they've taken the photos. But we'll get onto that topic in a minute because, like, the hacker who's done this, you know, he's taken his time and day, this must have taken a lot of time to get over 100 celebrities' iCloud passwords and figure out a way around the system and store all the photos up, and make sure that he couldn't get leaked out. And you know, this would have taken time, and there's no way he would have just gone, "Why don't you release loads of fake news and then get called like a fake?"
Yeah.
Or I'll be remembered as the guy that tried to release real news that were fake news in the world, you know.
Mhm.
So on that aspect, I do say that the photos are the photos are celebrities, and in most of the photos, of course, a lot of the images that you'll look at now will be edited and photoshopped probably now, but there are still legit photos of them out there.
Mhm.
And I just don't see how people can still like mock or lose some love for the celebrities that have been leaked. Like, if anything, in my eyes, I've gained a bit more respect for them. Like, just because they're a celebrity, that doesn't mean they can't take a nude photo. Like, just
Mhm.
because they're a celebrity, that doesn't mean they can't do something in the day-to-day life. Now, millions of people take naked photos and send them to girls or boys, you
Mhm.
know, or just put them online, you know.
Mhm.
Millions of porn stars get naked, etc. You know, people do get naked, and in the end of it, you know, every guy is the same as a guy. They just have a different look about them. You know, we all have a penis, we all have an arse, we all have a
Mhm.
face. You know, some of us may have diseases or something wrong with us, but the majority of our bodies are the same. You know, the functionalities of our bodies are exactly the same. Now, in case you have a disease, you know, maybe, or something wrong with you, you know, your body functions differently, etc. But the majority of guys have the same body layout. They have a penis. Everyone is equipped with a penis. Use it carefully. Um,
This is like Sexy's Vice with Smithy.
well, no, but I mean, I'm just saying what's true, and every girl is born with a boobs and a pussy.
Vagina.
Vagina, pussy, whatever, you know.
No, you gotta say
Um,
vagina because if we say pussy, then feminists are gonna be on our ass.
okay, vagina then. But everyone is born the same, and you know, celebrities, just because they have like a high state in the world as celebrities, that doesn't mean they're not real people too.
Mhm.
It, it's not like if you're a celebrity, you can't have the luxuries or boundaries in life to do what regular people do. And you know, when you have X amount of fans following you, you have the pressure to sort of not like please them, but like be high up in their life, kind of thing. Like they look
Mhm.
up to you, they want to be like you, they idolize you, and everything like that. And you know, there are so many celebrities that have lost a lot of like celebrity status,
Mhm.
and love. But I mean, you know, I guarantee um, everyone in their life will know one person or they will know themselves that they've taken a nude photo and sent it. You know,
Mhm.
everyone knows of a person who has taken a nude photo, or that girl that sent a photo to one guy who leaked it around the whole school, and it's or
Mhm.
your friend sending one to you, etc. You know, so I mean, in my eyes, it's totally acceptable, and you don't have to apologize. You don't have to say, "Oh, that's not me, my ass," and whatnot. It is not like that. Like Ariana Grande, she came out and said, "The photos aren't me. If they were, my ass was totally better. I would look totally sexier than that." But like, a couple of days after, it was like proven that it was her. Like all the photos have been proven that they are her. Like the Victoria's Justice ones have, the Kate Upton ones are blatantly obvious.
Mhm.
The Jennifer Lawrence,
Yeah.
totally her. Um, there's a Mary Scott something that has like videos online proving that it's her. And the photos obviously confirm that. And it makes it obvious when celebrities deny the thought of going like, these photos aren't me, and then 2 days later you hear it. This
Mhm.
celebrity has contacted the FBI in connection of some leaked photos appearing online. And it's like the reasons for doing this is because they're distraught by the actions taken of the public. Like, no, that just confirms that the photos are yours. Like, if you're going to go to the FBI about fake photos, the FBI would tell you right where to go.
Mhm.
Like, the FBI don't care what happens online, they care about serious crimes.
Yeah, like serious shit.
Like, they don't care about trolling or photos, they are high maintenance security, and they care about the illegal stuff.
Yeah.
And I kind of get the feeling that these celebrity nudes that are out, you know, no one will be talking about them down the line. You know, it's great that it's happened. You know, mankind has been kind to us, and
Mhm.
we've seen the luxuries. But in a couple of months' time, there'll be something new around. Some celebrity will probably have a new sex tape, or you know, something like that. There'll be a new story in the way of it. Do you not agree?
Yes, I do.
Uh huh.
Yep.
So, this week, Sony, the Sony UK boss, came out and said that they they are committed to the Vita, and they're not planning big for it. Um, and the sales have gone up, but they haven't improved anything. With like at E3, they didn't announce any games. I just want to hear your opinion on like Sony products like the PS Vita, the PSP, and everything like that.
Well, they're nice when, like, if you're a person that games outside of home,
Hmm.
then yeah, they're a good device to have. But I mean, if you're a person that just games on a console at home, it's kind of like a waste of time
Yeah, I
and a
mean,
waste of money.
the, when I was, I mean, of course they brought the PSP out to compete with the PS and the Game Boy, etc. Um, and when you're a kid, you start playing consoles like games more than what you play like a regular games console or PC game. You know,
Hmm.
so you know they obviously brought that out to compete with that. And I got a PSP when it first came out, so I had like a limited edition thing, and then I got GTA Liberty City, and GTA Liberty City was really good on the PSP, and then they brought Vice City out. I was always waiting for San Andreas to come out, but they never brought it out for PSP.
Hmm.
Um, the PSP was really good, and it's been announced this week that anyone apart from who lives in North America on the PSP, the PS Store has been deleted from the PSP.
Mm.
So I can kind of gather Sony give up with the PSP and they're focusing on the Vita. What is it? I think they have like a Vita Go and they have like a Vita. I could be wrong. No, they have a PSP Go. It's not a Vita Go, but they do have two different Vitas out, I'm pretty sure. But like, they didn't announce anything at E3, and there's no particular game coming out to the Vita. Like, there's just no games. Like, there's no lead developer. Like, the thing that's great about Nintendo and the 3DS is that there's a new game out pretty much every day. And the 3DS or the Nintendo DS is great. The Wii is shit, but the DS is actually pretty decent. And the reason they succeed is because there's a huge market there, whereas the PS Vita isn't really such a market out there. So, here's an interesting question that you may have some stories on. Where have you been banned from, and why, or what have you been banned from? So two questions in the name.
I think, where was I banned from? I was banned, where was I? It was like a long time ago, and I got banned from somewhere, but I can't remember where it is. You know what? I can't think of it at all.
I mean, I was banned from my local supermarket, and I've been banned from PlayStation. I've also been banned on Black Ops 2 for using a mic. Like, I couldn't use my mic for X amount of hours. I've been banned. I've been banned from like shop stores and everything like that. Like, me and my friends, we used to play a famous game that I think every child plays at least once in their entire life, and it's Truth or Dare.
Oh, of course.
And me being the guy I am, I always chose Dare. So, choosing Dare is fun, because it's a hell of a lot of fun. Why live your life being boring and like, because most of the truth questions are like really shit, like, in my eyes. Like, most of the truth questions you get are shit. What is the biggest nervous thing to face in life?
The biggest nervous, the biggest nervous thing to have in your life, I'd have to say it's like major tests in like school or something like that.
Oh, really?
I think so. I mean, if you take a test to pass high school or not, then yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think that two of the hardest are, number one would be taking a girl out on a date. Like, that shit is so nervous.
I bet.
Like, when you're on your own, like, when you're young, you don't really go out on a date, but when you get older, you start experimenting and, you want to talk to certain girls, etc. Take them out on a date, and the thing is that you are now pressured into taking her somewhere and having a really fun day with her, and hoping of a second day and a third day and possibly a fourth, and then getting together. You have to make it a good time, and time clicks against you. You're like, oh, what if I mess this up, or what if I say something wrong, or oh, what if she doesn't really like me, or Where do we go? What do we do? Oh,
Yeah.
so many things go wrong. And you know, life. Um, you know, when you're asking out girls and whatnot, you know, people will turn you down. You know, things will go wrong, but
Yep, of
just go
course.
back out there. You know, there's plenty
Yep.
more girls out there in the city. There is a girl out
Mhm.
there for everyone, and then there's always a girl out there that wants the one that's already taken. You know?
Mhm.
Girl, it doesn't matter what you look like or what you do. Like girls, there will be a girl that finds you interesting or funny, or charming or cute, etc.
Mhm.
And she's the right one for you. Um, but number two would be growing up
Yeah.
in life. Like
Uh
aging
huh.
in life is so nervous.
Yeah. That's. Yeah, I do agree with that.
When you get to when you're from one to about 13, life isn't serious. And then you go to like secondary school,
Mhm.
and life gets a bit more serious. You know, life changes. You know, you're now you go from being in such like a small school um, to being in just a huge school. And you of course meet new people, you're learning new stuff, your grades are higher, etc.
Mhm.
And then, like, the first day at school or the first month at school, when you're at a new school, is pretty nerve wracking as well.
Yeah, it is. I can agree
Um,
with that.
like when you go from your last primary school, which is like our first school, so we do primary school from like age 6 to 11. No, yeah, age 6 to 11. That's how like primary school. So is that elementary school?
Elementary pretty much is grades 1 through 5, and then
Okay.
and so pretty much I don't know. It all depends what age you get into.
Well, we go from year 1 to year 6 at primary school. Then we go from year 7 or grade 7 to grade 11. Although we've just had a thing recently which comes into play now that people have to stay in school till they're 18.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, usually it's pretty much that you have secondary starts technically in 6th grade, but it really doesn't. It's just a secondary school. Then you get into high school, and then you graduate.
Yeah. I mean, it's really scary to see how like, far the whole sort of like school thing comes.
Mhm.
Like, it changes by the click of its fingers. Like you do some stuff that you change. Like you grow up, you're more mature about things. But like on the first day of school, like it is so nerve wracking,
Yeah, what? I
especially the
know.
first few weeks.
Yeah, being a freshman in high school last year a freshman. Yeah, it was something. It was hard to
Hmm.
get used to.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then nobody other upperclassmen would help you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, no one. When you get there, like you go with mates, some mates go to different schools, so you lose those mates, and you normally find that the ones that you meet at like your first school, like your first ever school, so like when you're 6 or whatever, you go to your first school, the friends you grow up with there aren't really around later on in life. You know, that's them gone.
Most of the time, yes.
You know, sometimes you get the odd one or two or three, whatever. Um, but most of the time then you go to the next school, and there's more people. You make a couple of friends, and then you have more friends when you leave, etc. But like, you know, it can be so hard because now so many people expect such high things of kids these days, like at school. Like so many parents expect their kids to get high grades or do well in school, get their head down, teach. But like kids and parents had it hard nowadays,
Mhm.
and kids nowadays kind of, I would say, they have it harder these days. Like, not punishment-wise, but physically it's a battle. There's more bullying occurring. People get depressed. People get emotional.
Mhm.
People on. There are more common diseases like um, trying to think of some dyslexic. That stops you from learning. There are many people in the world that can't do like classroom learning. That they need to learn on a computer.
Mhm.
There are just people that just don't engage well in like a area of people. They don't like being surrounded.
Yeah.
Whereas in like the old days, like your parents' days, they had to do school. If they didn't do class without any like any disruptions, they get the cane. And no one wanted the cane, so they would knuckle down. They would have conversations. They would help each other out.
Mhm.
Um, but now it's totally different. Um, there are a lot of bullies, and like I
Mhm.
think as soon as you upgrade from your first school to your second school, that's the first thing that comes into your mind. Like you've got like I went from my primary school had 600 and something people in it,
Hmm.
and my secondary school had almost 2,000 people in it. And you go there, and your first instance, right, you can't make everyone like you, but you have to make some people like you. You can't be the kid that everyone hates. Like, there's always that one person
Mhm.
that is like undershelled because he's shy or something, and he doesn't speak, so everyone just hates him. But then when people get to know him, they understand that he's a cool guy.
Mhm.
But like, you don't want to
I
be an
can
easy
describe
target.
myself as one of those people.
Can?
Not the hated part, but I can describe myself as partial that definition.
Yeah, like it's when you're at school, you have to be realistic, yeah, and you can't. You don't want to like know what like the thing that pissed me off about school is you ever get that like teacher. I think everyone has this. Like you're in class, and the teacher will just be like, um, they'll call you out and they'll be like, "Hey, what's this?" And you know the answer, but you've already answered a question, and you don't want to answer again, and act as if like you're that smart because people will pick up on that and be like, "Oh, teacher's pet," or
Mhm.
everything like that, and you're just like, "I don't know, sir. I don't know the answer."
Mhm.
But school is a very difficult place to be and deal with.
Mhm.
Especially if school life is made hard for you, and especially the ways there's now. Like I hated school. I didn't hate school because I didn't. I was lucky enough not to get bullied.
Mhm.
I was quite popular. Like I wasn't like definitely popular, but like most people in the school knew me.
Mhm.
Like I was friends with a lot of people. Um, and that was great. If I got into a fight, I had people who would back me, or I didn't even have to fight. I had people that would fight for me.
Yeah.
Like there would be people that would say, you can't hit this kid because he's sound out, that would protect me, and it was pretty cool. But like,
Mhm.
if you're getting bullied, like life is hard. Bullying leads to depression.
Mhm.
Depression can lead to many, I think. And if there's one thing depression taught me this year, like not battling depression, but if there's one thing I learned about depression, I go back to the Robin Williams stat, and that is that it doesn't matter if you're a celebrity, it doesn't matter how many people you've made happy, it doesn't matter how much money you've had.
You can still become
Yeah, yeah.
depressed.
Like, it doesn't matter what you do in life, depression is an illness that can stay with you forever. And people who are depressed or are just having a bad time, you know, that there are, you know, that there's always silver lightning. You know, there's always a way out the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and potentially watching a video today on YouTube, like the most inspirational video ever. Not because like I was lacking inspiration, but I just wanted to see like what people refer to. Like YouTube has come so far. Like sometimes it's just interesting to just put like a word in YouTube and see what comes up and see what type of video comes up.
Mm-hmm.
So I put like most inspirational video ever, and it was like so epic. Like it was like movie stars and celebrities, and there was one particular guy. I can't remember his name, but he was an American footballer, and he's a coach, and he does a lot of like these speeches and gives tips. He has his own book on success. I honestly can't remember his name, but that guy is such like his voice is amazing to start off with, and he gives like so many quotes, and you know there's just like films like you've watched Rocky, right?
Actually, I haven't. I've only seen parts of it.
Well, you've probably seen the part where he says, it's not about how hard, you know, it's not about how hard you can get hit, you know, etc.
Yeah.
It's not about getting hit, it's about how hard you can get hit. Like you've probably seen or heard that quote.
Mm-hmm.
And that's used in so many of these inspirational videos. And like, if you are depressed, you know, there are ways to get out of it. Like, I always think, you know, you can do anything in life, and people say that you can't, but you can. The only person that's stopping you is yourself, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was one quote that said, if you want to become successful, but you say you want to become successful, but you don't want it. You just like the sound of it. Everyone says in their life, "I'd love to be successful. I'd love to have X amount of money," you know. And then it went on to like tell like a story, and the key moral was, you don't get success. You don't become successful until you live and breathe, and like you breathe success. Like some people want to become successful, and they're just like, yeah, I want to be successful. But the people who are actually breathing themselves, you know, like breathing out success to do and push themselves, everything to become that successful person that they want to be, everything that is like doing the best they possibly can, getting the grades they need, or learning what they need, or studying what they want, you know, running,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whatever, doing what they want to do in their career. Those are the people that are breathing the success. And they will reach success because they are breathing success out of their breath. They are pumping their blood with success. And people that aren't are the people that sit there and say, "Oh, it'd be nice to be successful, but I'm not really first. I don't mind sitting here. I don't mind sitting here and not doing anything with my life. You know, I'd love to be successful, though. You know, you can dream about being successful, but if you're not pushing yourself to be successful, then you don't want to be successful. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on from this whole topic, we've been on it for quite some time. What movie had great potential but incredible poor execution?
I actually don't have anything for that.
Oh, this
I
is what else?
mm, yeah, I got nothing. I haven't really seen any movies lately, so I
You're
can't
like a
say.
movie person.
I am a movie person, but I haven't seen any in a while, which is surprising.
Mm. I mean, I think I think of one off the top of my head. The last movie that I thought could have been good but wasn't was Hancock. Like Hancock had a great sort of potential kind of thing. Like the story thing was a really good idea,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just executed so wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and there's so many others out there that you can put in this category. I always thought off the top of my head, so there's that one movie that tries to be like Peter Pan, but it does another one compared to it. I know it has Robin Williams in it, but I can't think of it. Like,
I can't think of it either.
I know the guy in Peter Pan, the enemy in Peter Pan.
Captain Hook?
Yeah. It's like his own thing. And the story is kind of the same. I think it might be Hook, actually. It might be called Hook.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm pretty sure it might be called Hook. Let me Google it. Google is the answer.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, it's Hook.
Huh, look at that.
And Robin Williams plays Peter Pan. So it's pretty much like sort of like a laid-off version of Peter Pan. But it had a good idea. It's like the story of Peter Pan, but from like Hook's end. It just was poorly executed.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you specifically. What's something you don't understand about Europeans or just British people?
I had one, but I just don't remember it now. I can't remember.
You can't remember?
I can't remember. I can't.
There must be something about me that you just don't understand. Like that I do or say, like.
I don't. There's nothing that you say or do. It's just, I think it's the fact that, like, the really bad British stereotype of tea and crumpets.
Oh, do not start that.
That really, really bad stereotype. And I know
that's the same with you Americans. Like, you Americans, like, you go on Call of Duty, you play a game online, you meet an American, he figures out that you're British after.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
After 10 or 20 minutes of listening to your accent, he has a moment of genius.
And then he wants to start.
He does this fake British accent that never quite pulls off to be
a
British accent. He's like, so you're British.
And then he wants to start.
And then it's just like, no, like. We British people don't say that. Like,
it's bad when it's like somebody starts like trying to copy the accent, and then they start calling you like a terrorist, like a member of ISIS, and.
But it's like with Britain, like the standard typical stereo to British to America is you're fat.
Mm-hmm.
Because people associate fat people with America.
Yeah.
Although out of all the European countries, out of all the Europe countries, all the countries in Europe, sorry, Britain has the most overweight people.
It's kind of like the stereotype is the stereotype.
Exactly. So, it's very complicated. Another thing that I think about Americans is you say things weird, you pronounce things weird, you do things weird. Like, garage is pronounced garage. You say fucking garage or...
Garage.
Yeah, is that what you say?
Yes, you say yay, Rod, we say garage.
No, garage.
Garage.
Yeah, and then there will be things like... God, I'm thinking on the spot now. There are a lot of words that Americans Like you say mom, we say mum.
Mum, yeah.
And you, what do you say? What do you call your dad? Papa?
Yeah.
Pop?
Dad, father, old man. That's what I call mine. This is what I call mine.
I'm sure there will be some Americans that will call them pops, right?
Probably. All depends. That's kind of like a region thing.
Let's Google this. I'm going to Google what sort of like words different. Oh, I just saw a thing on Twitter. All the NBA 2K15 players' ratings have been revealed.
Have they?
Uh-huh.
I think I already know who's going to be number 1 through 5, but we'll see.
But let's go on here. What do he's backing the keyboard. Okay, so let's say oh, you say aluminium. We say aluminium wrong. That's a popular one.
Aluminium?
Yeah, there are a lot of people that will say they pronounce aluminium.
Aluminum?
Yeah. Aluminum.
Aluminum.
And underpants, like you say underpants, we say underwear.
We say underwear.
Yeah, but some of the classic Americans would go, nice underpants. And that's another thing as well, like the whole word of pants over your side means like trousers.
Yeah, really don't.
Over here, if you say pants, like some people will think, like you can see my shorts, like boxer shorts. You know, like everyone totally thinks like different and everything like that, but like America is, I don't know, less, how do you say it? Less, not educated, because there are a lot of like clever Americans, but I think America is just like totally different to the universe. Like Americans do the American way. Like everyone will do things a certain way, but some people do things the same way. Like 90% of the people would, do one thing exactly the same. 10% of the people do it totally different, but it comes out the same outcome. So, for example, people will, believe it or not, for making cups of tea, some people will just put the tea bag in the cup and pour the water and then put the milk in. Right? Other people may put the milk in first, then put the tea bag in, and pour the milk in. Other people, do it totally different. Some people pour half and half in. And then some people put like the sugar in and they don't stir it. Some people stir it anti-clockwise, some people stir it clockwise. But the regular like British person won't pour milk in first unless they have a cup of tea. It's tea bag in first, then the milk, then you put the sugar in, then you stir each sugar for itself. Let's see what other questions I get. What is something you want the world to change?
Probably laws where it comes to biking. I don't think there's enough biking laws.
Okay, carry on.
That's all I got.
Well, but what laws should be brought in? What should be changed?
I think gun laws should be changed and improved. That's really about it. That's all I got, truly.
I'm going to go with what I think the world should change, or what I'd like to change about the world, I guess, is I wish there was just some way of someone having a spark of genius and knowing a way to cure like illnesses like cancer and AIDS and everything like that. Like I wish someone would just like click their fingers and be like, "Hey, this is how we beat this." Like cancer and all these illnesses, they take millions of lives, thousands of hundreds of people's lives a year. It's wrong that we can't find a cure to beat them. We're getting better. We're almost there. We're not quite there. Also, here's another thing, right? You're obviously American, right? Here, yesterday there was an attack in Manchester on a dog home.
Yeah.
A 14-year-old or 15-year-old boy set fire to a dog home which killed I think between 40 and 50 dogs.
Damn.
And apparently people were saying that you could hear the dogs moaning and weeping from the fire.
Oh, that's a shame.
But the good thing about the British is that there are a lot of dog owners out there, and there are a lot of people that will put their hand out of the pocket. So instantly, just from like less than 24 hours after the attack, the people, like the company behind the attack, the company that got attacked, has received over £1 million of donations.
No shit.
So, they're able to get the buildings, but I mean, it sucks that the dogs have died, it really does, and it sucks that someone's cool. But what I really want to know is, I wonder if that had happened in America. I'm pretty much almost convinced that he would have been shot. Well, over here, he was arrested, but what will happen is he will, obviously if they find him guilty and they find enough evidence of him, but they won't probably give his name out.
Probably not.
His name will get forced out eventually because, of course, people know, like, when someone gets arrested, there's always a group of people that know the guy, like, oh, where's John these days? Oh, John's been arrested. He did this. So that, then they talk to people, then they like name shame, and then it gets out across the world, etc. And people will want to kill this guy for the rest of his life because he killed dogs. And dogs are like really cute animals. Dogs are amazing. And I was wondering what if that happened in America, he'd have obviously been shot, or he'd have got tortured with taser. He would have been named and shamed. He would have been hit by some Americans.
Oh, of course.
America would be angry at that shit.
Oh, of course, yeah.
We're angry at this guy, but what he will get is he will go to like I think it's called juvie, they call it. Which is like a children's prison.
Yeah, that's it, yeah, juvie.
And you go there till you're 16, and then you'll go to like main prison and probably get attacked in there.
Yeah.
I'm sat here thinking, I posted this on Twitter, like, what sick bastard does this? We should have him put on a chair of wood, made out of wood, we should sit him on, we should tie him, and we should put it on national television, and we should pour petrol over him, and we should set him on fire.
That's a little 18th century, but it still might work.
But I think that is a reasonable punishment. Or the guy that has done it deserves to be ate alive by a fucking dog.
And again, it's a little 18th century, but
Well,
it'll still work.
dog attacks still happen over here.
Yes, I know.
But, I can't think of any worse punishment. Either getting bits and ate by a live animal or getting burnt.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, it's not the fact that he's murdered, it's the fact that he's murdered between 40 and 50 dogs, right?
Yeah.
He's messed up his entire life. If you murder someone, if you just murder one person,
Your life is practically over.
well, not so much over. If you murder one person, you serve your time. You've killed someone, yes, but you've served your time.
Depending on the type of murder, but...
Yeah, depending on the type of murder. But in a standard murder, let's say someone shoots a guy in the head, that's, 30 years or something over here?
It all depends here. It could be 30 to life.
Yeah, 30 years over here to life, whatever. And let's say he comes out, he may have spent between 15 and 30 years in prison. Now, by law, he's served his time. He's right. Yes, the family that the victim will still hate him, but they have to accept that he's done his lifetime. He's done what he's done, and now you can never replace someone who's been killed. But the matter of the fact is, he served his time, and he may come out a returned guy. He may go on to kill again. Whereas this guy, who's 14, will, as soon as he comes out, he will be looking to survive prison. When you're in prison, your name gets out, why you're in there for gets out, and people in prison, most of them may have pets, dogs and cats and whatever, and they will feel for those animals that were burned. And when he comes out, he won't be forgiven because what he did isn't forgivable. You don't live life to sort of think you know what I'm gonna do tomorrow? I'm gonna go out and kill 40 odd dogs. You may live life where you might go, I wish I could kill this person sometime, or I absolutely hate this person, I wish he died, or I wish I could kill him. You may live life, or your mind may take over you where you want to kill someone, or you wish someone was dead. And once you've served your time, you've killed someone, but you've served your time, you've done what's right. But this guy won't be like that. He's dead either way.
Yeah.
He will either kill himself in prison, he will either get killed, or he will kill himself before he gets sentenced, or someone will kill him in the public, because people hate animal cruelty.
Yes.
A lot of people are against animal cruelty. But apart from that, I got no topics now.
Yeah, that's all I got.
I didn't want to make it too long. I mean, it is 4 a.m. over here now.
Yeah, it's 11 p.m. here.
I didn't want to make it too long. But I think the main reason for this podcast was just really to get back on track with the weekly shows and really get a show out there as quickly as possible, regardless of how long or short it is, etc. That was the sort of main reason behind this. So, we'll see you guys on the next one, where hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, then please do leave a like. Be sure to subscribe to our, my channel. And I'm not sure yet, I haven't asked you yet, Stephen, but now you've got a PS4, you do have the ability to live stream and record.
Yes, I am going to try to start live streaming. When I get the chance, I'm probably going to do Minecraft, Madden 15 so far. And then when NBA 2K15 comes out, and...
Alright, so I'm sure maybe by the next podcast Stephen may have live streamed once, maybe.
I'll send you a link so you can throw in the description.
Alright, okay. So go check that link out. I'll be sure to subscribe to us, weekly podcasts, other gaming content, etc. And yeah, we're just glad to have the podcast back out there. We do apologise for not, uploading a podcast for 2 weeks, but
Gotta hate them damn sicknesses.
yep, and that's just life, really. Everyone gets ill, and everyone has something in life where they just can't do something that is like a scheduled thing. They have to take time off and go the other way.